If you're familiar with the next gen Ranger and Everest platform, you would know that there is a whole plethora of different accessories and modifications available. What isn't available is information on how to actually do that. So today I'm going to be showing you how to take your door trims off, not just because it's fun, but because we're going to be doing the Clearview compact tow mirror installation. All you need is this, and I suppose that as well. That's a pretty key component. We won't forget that one. And we'll get started. In a decidedly sensible move for me, the first thing I'm going to do is actually make sure that we've got the parts. There is nothing worse than spending an hour pulling something apart and then realizing that the parts you've got to fit aren't actually the right ones. So check the box, Ford Ranger MY22 on Ford Everest, so that's all good. Smash into the box. Not going to go right through, I'm basically just making sure that I know how to open cardboard boxes. Everything looks good in there. Right. Let's rip the door trims off. Okay, now we're doing this in the driveway because it's actually a super simple mod. You might be tempted to pay someone to do this, but I think all up we're looking at about 12 or 13 bolts. It's a pretty straightforward job. First thing we're going to do, pop these windows down for a little bit of access. It seems a little bit scary, but there's a plastic trim here. Just going to gently pop that off. Just try not to pop these off. If these come off, it's not the end of the world. They normally just sit down in there. Now we can see what's holding the mirror on. There's a bolt there, there's one in behind that, and there's another one frustratingly low. If it was 20 mil higher, we'd almost be done by now. Now with that plastic trim off, you can see the 3 bolts that we need to get to. We're not going to be able to get to that one, but don't stress about it too yet. Don't try and do anything dodgy. It's actually super simple to get to. A little plastic trim removal tool, we get access to that one. Now we're going to take the door trim off itself. With my handy dandy trim removal tool, we're going to do probably the scariest part, is to get this started. Now we're just going to look for somewhere where if we do leave a little mark, you're not going to see it. So up under that handle looks like a perfect spot to start. Just gently pry it out and make some truly terrifying noises when it comes out. But there we go, you can see those clips, what's actually holding it in. So it feels like you're breaking it, you're not. Just pull on it nice and gentle. Try not to twist it because that's when you will break it. Now with that out of the way, you can see the torque bits holding it in there. So I believe they're a T20, and we've got another couple under here. We'll pop them out as well and then we'll reconvene. This is a little bit easier with these ones. They are pretty deep. It's a bit easier if you've got like a socket you can put on a ratchet or something, but they're not actually overly tight in there. So even just a little Allen key like this will get the job done. Alright, that's the last of those 4 screws there. I hope you enjoyed the little time ramp there. What I'm going to do now is I've got my plastic trim tool again. I don't know if you can see, there's a notch just in the bottom of the door down here. I'll pop my plastic trim tool in there just so I can get my fingers in, and then the same as the other clips, we're just going to gently work it off. You will break these clips if you just grab it and yank, so just try and apply pressure rather than pulling on it. Done. Door trim off. Not a big job at all. Now you can see up in here, we'll come to the loom. There's a little clip just up in there. We'll pop it in and our mirror is ready to come off. So same as before, we're just going to use a Torx bit. I've got the Allen key set, which isn't ideal, but I'm not going to go out and buy a set of drivers for a simple DIY job. We'll just crack them all. There's nothing worse than running them out and then finding that one is stuck. So just nice and gentle. If you are concerned, you can tape up this material, just so if you slip off with the bit, you're not going to scratch anything. So one thing that I will advise you is undo the bottom ones first, and then just physically hold the mirror when you're running out the top one. There are a few things that we need out of these mirrors, so it will be a sad day if you drop one. Come out, you little bugger. There we go. Freedom!
So like I said before, you don't want to just pull these off and throw them straight in the bin for a couple of good reasons. If you ever have a warranty issue or you want to move these on to another vehicle, if you upgrade later on, it'd be good to have the standard mirrors you can chuck back on. The other thing is the different tech that is fitted in them as well. So these clear view mirrors are going to have a built-in indicator, so we don't need to worry about that. These have actually got the ambient lighting in them, and I've checked, and the Clearview has that installed as well. But there is an extra panel in there. Sometimes these will have 360-degree cameras in them, and I know on the passenger side, it's actually got the ambient air temperature sensor. So we'll have to swap that over. We don't need to worry about it on this side, but just keep that in mind. Okay, we've probably already passed the halfway mark on this install, and it doesn't really get any more complicated. So when we put the new mirrors on, we'll just make sure that that rubber boot is in there. It may take a little bit of jiggling to get it into position like a glove, and have at least one bolt ready to pop in just to get it to hold. Okay, so we've positioned the mirror back in. There are a few little things that'll locate it. So there's a stud on this side and a hook on that side. It is a little bit fiddly to get it in, but if you don't, it's kind of bad. So spend the time, get a friend if you need to help you line it all up. And then it's just a matter of doing these bolts up. It's a pretty simple job. Again, if you've got a bit and a driver, it's a lot easier, but a simple little handset will get the job done. You don't need to buy expensive tools to be able to do this at home. All right, that's the mirror part installed. So the door trim is right to go back on now. And that is a very simple affair. Just line it all back up. A few little karate chops. We'll pop these screws back in, and we're ready for the other side. So while you were gone, I chucked the other mirror on. I actually set a timer for that, and including the ambient air temperature sensor, the total time on that was 14 minutes. It's amazing how much faster you can get things done when you don't have a camera crew filming you. But that said, this is actually a super simple DIY. If you're not super confident on the tools and you do want to start working on your own four-wheel drive, this is one of those ones that I definitely recommend is an easy one to start with.